Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into another show of Brayley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all of you here. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Of course, as you guys know, Tamar Braxton and JR are no longer together. We'll talk about that. I'll have my thoughts on that. A whole lot to say for sure. Tiffany Haddish once again in the news, acting a fool at an event, but not just at any event. I'm gonna tell you what event it was. It was quite a significant event. Halle Bailey, the legendary Halle Bailey, is in the news for something that I think Disney's wrong for doing. We'll talk about that. A teacher named Methany Thornton got a huge surprise from her community in Atlanta, Georgia. And finally, doggone it, Tyrese Gibson in the news again. So with that being said, it is time to go on tour. Hello, Phyllis Crawford. Glad to have you here. Let me get myself together to get this amazing intro off the screen. Let me get the music adjusted in. And with that being said, hello, everybody. Welcome into Brayley's virtual tour. So glad to have you here. So with that being said, we are live on tour. Let's get to it. So, a lot to talk about. So, had a day yesterday. And right now, I'm still going to be doing virtual tours, but it's just going to be a little bit different. Okay, so just hang in there. Still the virtual tour that you know and love, but just making some changes. But with that, welcome and glad to have all you here. So let's get started with Tamar Braxton and JR. So for those of you who do not know, Tamar Braxton, that they broke up, right? And so, with Tamar Braxton, right? I think we all know Tamar and Vince in that 10th season, that was on WeTV, and how difficult it was for Tamar to not get what she was looking for, and Vince just being fed up with Tamar. So it was a clash. So, how they met was on this show called Queen's Court, produced by Will Packer, hosted by Holly Robinson Pete, and Rodney Pete. And so, they met on the show. It was Evelyn Lozada. She was engaged to somebody, but according to Kempire, shout out to Kempire, he said from what he saw that Evelyn Lozada's not with somebody, not with her person, and Nivea. Didn't walk away from the experience of anybody, but she walked away with two good connections. So, meeting on TV these days seems like relationships are not working out. But the thing that really got to me was, JR saying that, he was leaving to focus on more positive energy, and that he was financially well in a good mental space before Tamar. So, to me, first of all, right, absolutely. I seriously believe she needs to focus on herself instead of trying to date, in my opinion. I totally agree with that. And here's my thing, right? I understand what it is to try to find somebody. I'm going through that right now, and I almost lost out on this person because I didn't stand up enough. But also I was too frustrated too with the process, because I thought it was going to be a process to get there, not just be in it. But that's worked out now, and so I am giving myself the chance to be happy. So it's not confirmed yet. We're getting to know each other. The point is, I feel that being on television, of course, but it's on God's time. That part right there. I do feel that eventually everything happens on its own timing. And I feel like meeting on TV, it can be a rush process on TV. Like, for example, The Bachelor, Bachelorette, all you get is 7 weeks to decide if this person is going to be the love of your life or not. Like, what? I need at least maybe 3 months to decide, at least if I want to get to know you. And so I know that, for Tamar, because she's been out here so long, she wants to have somebody. There are different levels to having somebody. In your 20s, you probably, you're just trying to figure out who you are. You're probably not really tied down. You may have some menage a trois, some FWBs, you know what I mean? But as you get into your 30s, you realize, okay, wait a minute now, I'm having all this great, engagement of energy, but where is the consistent engagement into who I am? And then by 35, 40, you're like, okay, all right, I'm ready. And it never fails. So I feel like with Tamar, she has a lot going on. She's got This Nation. She's got her Love and War tour that she is self-funding, and it is selling out. And Live Nation gave Tamar the chance. So I feel like Tamar needs to be still. I don't think JR needs to say that he was the one that he broke up with Tamar. I think it was a source from People Magazine, that source that told People Magazine that Tamar broke up with him because there was problems in the relationship. Now, some people are saying, well, for Tamar to judge Jeannie Mai's situation, is beyond me. Well, here's the thing, right? She's on a show called This Nation, where they dish about anything and everything. And so, yes, could Tamar not have comment? Sure, she could have. But also, too, she's also a human being that should not be dragged just because she gives an opinion. Yes, she worked with Jeannie Mai, but also, too, listen, if let's just say if I worked with one of my homeboys on a talk show, right? And hey, Yolanda, welcome and glad to have you here. If I worked with one of my homeboys on a talk show, and I don't talk to them as much as I used to because I'm busy, they're busy, but we're still good people. If they ask me, what I'm going to say is like, hey, listen, from what I saw of the pictures, I was not at the wedding because it was a scheduled conflict or whatever the case is. But when I saw the pictures, I thought they looked in love. I thought from the pictures and the way they went live, it looked like they were in love. But either way, some stuff is not our business, and I hope that they are doing well. That's it. You know what I mean? And this is the thing, you're not gonna be able to please everybody. No, I mean, people would say, well, Braylon, you're connected and you know him and you should be able to give us more than that. I you know what? Just because it's my right to give you more doesn't mean I should take that responsibility to give you more. Because guess what? There's a thing called privacy and anonymity. You know what I mean? So that's just how I felt about it. And Tamar did respond. She took a day to respond, she took a day to think about what she was going to say. And she said, you know what? I'm not going to be beholden to my past. I have worked really hard to be better than I was before. I'm paraphrasing this now. But she said, I'm not going to let the devil win. And I'm going to go on tour and have a great time. And you know what? I got to give Tamar credit. I really do, because I feel, hey, the legendary Linda Gamble, good to see you. I think when it comes to Tamar Braxton, I think we all know her from the Braxton Family Values, and I think we'll never forget that moment that Jesus paved the way for me, which listen, without Tony Braxton, there is no Tamar Braxton. Let's get that straight. But in the same token of that, I do think that she has grown in some capacity, right? Because here's the thing. I feel that Tamar has a good personality for media. She just doesn't know how to fine tune it, right? Because when she won Celebrity Big Brother on CBS, the first thing I would have done as her manager, get her a correspondent gig on Entertainment Tonight. Let her be the entertainment correspondent on CBS Mornings. Let her have a show on Paramount Plus. So I would have diversified Tamar's portfolio with that CBS deal. That's exactly what I would have done. Or better yet, because she loves the game Big Brother, maybe she could do the Big Brother after show. Because, Julie, she comes on only Thursday nights for live eviction. Right after that, Tamar sitting down with the live audience, celebrity guests come out. They talk about, the gameplay and stuff. There were so many things that Tamar could have done with CBS. But then again, I don't know if she had the wherewithal to do that. And I'm not saying that she doesn't have the wherewithal. Don't get it twisted, y'all. But what I'm saying is just because the move is there to be made doesn't mean you have the soul to make the move, if that makes sense. Oh, feel better, Linda Gamble. Feel better. Hey, sexy mommy at 60. Welcome in. Glad to have you here as well. So with Tamar, I wish her well. I think she will do just fine. I think that there's a resurgence of Tamar Braxton in her own gift, her own lane. And you know what? Honestly, let me see. I think somebody said it. Let me see. Exactly. Maybe they should create the podcast. Tamar's already a public figure. Maybe this should have been private. You talking about their YouTube channel? Yes, they do have a YouTube channel where they were talking about their relationship. And you know what? For what it was, I feel like that was a great space because at the end of the day, sometimes we look at art as it needs to be a collection when it just needs to be a art piece. I'm gonna say that again. Sometimes we look at art as it needs to be a collection and really just needs to be an art piece. So I think, with Tamar, and I know Tamar is not watching this at all, but then again, my mom said, Brady, you don't know who's watching on YouTube. You're right, but still, I mean, come on. But in the words of Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith, hashtag never say never. But Tamar, if you are watching this, I know you have Under Construction, the podcast. Oh, look at this. I am loving the love in the chat. See, this is the positivity of social media, okay? I'm loving this. I'm loving this so much. And I love all y'all as well, my virtual travelers, my virtual tour family. But Tamar, if I was you, you're already doing the 10-year anniversary of Love and War, create the Love and War podcast, because it seems to me you're under construction. Oh, thank you, Linda. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you, Linda. Thank you so much for that. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, so like I was saying, Love and War is happening. The tour is going well. Create the Love and War podcast, because it seems like your Under Construction podcast is about the mental, and Love and War could be about the love that is in not just in relationships, but the love of being an entrepreneur, the love of this, the love of that. You can also cover the war of all the issues we struggle with. You know what I mean? Different generations not connecting. The war of self-esteem, the war of economic equality. You know what I mean? So create the Love and War podcast. Make your money from that. Wait, Karma Girl, is everything okay? Karma Girl, I thought I said hey to you. Hey, welcome in. Glad to have you here. I'm sorry. Hey, Karma Girl, glad to have you here. But yeah, that's why I would suggest the Love and War podcast. Of course, keep doing Dish Nation. And like I said, you have more than enough experience. And honestly, tell you the truth, Tamar, I must just make a wild swing. Go to E! News and ask them if you can replace Laverne Cox as the host of Live on the Red Carpet. Listen, no disrespect to Laverne Cox. Y'all know she was great on Orange is the New Black, the show that put Netflix on the map in terms of being unscripted. But I think Tamar Braxton could do more TV hosting. I really do. She's got a knack for it, and she's got the personality for it. And one thing you cannot say about Tamar is that she doesn't put in the work, because when she did The Real, a lot of people left The Real when Tamar left The Real. So that's my take on that. I'm so glad to have all of you here. Karma Girl, thank you for being here. If I didn't say hi, charge it to my head, not my heart. Sorry. Love you. Thank you. So that is Tamar Braxton, okay? So the next thing we have on this virtual tour that we're on is the one, the only Miss Tiffany Haddish. Why, Tiffany? Why? So she was at a event with Meek Mill, Jay-Z, and a billionaire, right? And so this was for criminal justice reform, a black tie gala. And they raised $27 million for criminal justice reform. In order to get in, it was $50,000 per person. So if you and your partner want to go, that is $100,000. But to raise $27 million for criminal justice reform, bravo to Meek Mill, Jay-Z, and that billionaire for doing that, doing some good in the neighborhood. Well, what Tiffany did, she basically, hang on, let me make sure I got my. Okay, so she was yelling, she was rapping, she was making inappropriate gestures to Meek Mill, trying to get his attention. And it's like, this is not the only time that you've done this, Tiffany. Like, you've done this at the VMAs, trying to get Shakira's attention. Now you're doing this. It's like, you're in the room. You're in the room. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like maybe because she felt that, how should I put this? Maybe because she feels like, because of what she went through. Hey, Demita Joe, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Because of what she went through with everything with Ari Spears and stuff, that she is still trying to be seen. People know that you're out here. You got like a docu-series on, on women dating homeless people, and I think you got another project coming down the pipeline. You were just in the Haunted Mansion movie, which was actually a really good movie. I'll have to give her that. And you were also on this movie called Back on the Strip. So, Tiffany, you're in the room, and allegedly you're supposed to be doing Girls Trip 2. Now I don't know if it's underway yet, but Tiffany said that she is supposed to be doing Girls Trip 2. Now, some people are saying that she shouldn't do Girls Trip 2 because of what she did. But here's the thing, right? I think we all know that Tiffany Haddish was an integral part of Girls Trip. Like, I couldn't see anyone else doing it. However, that doesn't mean I don't know who couldn't. That doesn't mean I don't know someone who could do it, right? So I think if Tiffany Haddish was not in Girls Trip 2, I think Kim Whitley would be amazing. Kim Whitley knows those ladies, grew up with those ladies, have a similar connection to those ladies. So I really do believe that Kim Whitley could do it, and I think it will be great. Or Jill Scott could be in there. I could be her dude, you know what I mean? Because J. Pinkett Smith had a dude in New Orleans, and I just think that's only fair that Jill Scott has a dude. I'm available. But I need to stop. But no, that's what I have to say on Tiffany. Tiffany, you are in the room. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. Okay, just be still. So, Halle Bailey, right? The legendary Halle Bailey. She is the Little Mermaid, and so there was so for the Oscars that are coming up, there's best song, there's best director, there's best line, there's best makeup, best everything. So Halle Bailey was nominated for the first time. And so recently, Disney has taken away that nomination. And by the way, those first 3 stories came from Media Takeout. Media Takeout is a source. It's like find a needle in a haystack, so just take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But what they're saying on Media Takeout is that she is no longer nominated for Best Song because she's pregnant. Now, what we're not going to do is go back in time to the 90s and tell women what to do. Because, for example, God rest her soul, Tracy Braxton, she could not be a part of the Braxton. Well, I'll put it like this. Tracy Braxton had to decide to either be pregnant or join her sisters in a singing group. Exactly. That's ridiculous. I agree. That's absolutely ridiculous. And not to mention, too, they also say, purists, they didn't like the fact that she was black. They didn't like the fact that they edited the songs. Listen, y'all, it's 2023. And you know who I really care about, whose opinion I really value, who I believe, had this person not invested into this movie, they wouldn't care? Jodie Benson, the original voice for Ariel, not only said Halle did such a good job, not only did she go to the premiere, but she has a cameo in the movie. So to everybody that's hating on Halle Bailey for, being black as the Little Mermaid, the original Ariel said yes to it. I will take her opinion over haters any day. Okay. Okay. So Methany Thornton is a teacher in Atlanta, Georgia. This story comes to us from Black Enterprise Magazine, and she is such an amazing teacher here. Let me get my notes, y'all. Let me get my notes. So basically, Habitat for Humanity Northwest Metro Atlanta and the I Think Foundation, part of I Think Financial, teamed up to give this teacher a brand new, furnished, and paid for home. I'm gonna say that again. A brand new Habitat for Humanity furnished and paid for home. iFinancial also gave her a $500 gift card for anything else. So it's her husband, and her grandkids. So I'm assuming that she picked up being Mama Bear. But she is a social emotional teacher, which we definitely need more of those for damn sure. And she's also a cheer and lacrosse coach at Marietta Middle School. So shout out to her. And this is the thing too, right? I've come to realize with YouTube, there are some people that are going to want to stay in mess. There are going to be some people that are just going to want to drag. And there are some people that they have nothing good in them, so they can't produce anything good in terms of content. And I pray for those people. I feel sorry for them. But most of all, I am so blessed to know what not to be. So listen, you cannot change the whole world. All you can do is change the worlds that you can change, that allow you to change the worlds. But I always try to find some good story to bring you guys, whether it's 2 to 3, or I find at least one to kind of, leverage out or level out rather the show. So shout out to her. Thank you for what you do. And shout out to Habitat for Humanity, who has been they've been doing so many good things. Like, they were Extreme Makeover Home Edition before Extreme Makeover Home Edition was Extreme Makeover Home Edition. So shout out to Habitat for Humanity, I Think Foundation, a part of I Think Financial. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering about Extreme Makeover Home Edition, it was on HGTV with Jesse Tyler Ferguson. Should have been this guy, should have been this guy right here. But HGTV, they don't know I exist. But it is coming back to ABC. It's gonna be 2 ladies hosting it, so that should be exciting. I think that they've been on the search for interior designers and carpenters and other people like that. So it is coming back to ABC. So I can't wait to see that on my TV for sure. So I always love doing good things in the community, whether it's giving good news, receiving good news, or just being an agent of change. So that's what we're about over here. Now, I'm sorry to do this to y'all. I really am. I'm sorry to do this to y'all. So we got to go from a teacher who is doing good to somebody who is doing bad in the neighborhood. Tyrese Gibson's back in the news. Tyrese, I need you to stop, bro. You did a song on your ex-baby mama, your ex-wife. You disrespected a retail worker by shopping at the Home Depot, going to the cashier, leaving your items there, and then going shopping for additional 25 minutes. They had to cancel your order. They had to cancel everything that you were checking out. And then you gave your card to someone else to finish your order because you know what, Reese, I can't. But you know what? I'm not mad at it though, because that's basically facts. Excuse me, everybody. That's basically facts. So you gave your card to somebody to complete your order. And the reason why you did was because you felt so uncomfortable. Oh my God, all these people are staring at me. Oh, I'm just a person. I'm just trying to get a hammer and bang things out on top of the roof. I mean, I know I create a sweet lady and I bang the roof, inside. people in the bed. I bang it on the inside, but I'm just trying to bang some stuff on the outside. This is really uncomfortable. Bruh, how long have you been in the game? Now listen, I'm not Relation 2023. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not. I love you though. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Now listen. I'm not saying that it cannot be uncomfortable being a celebrity. You're out and about and you're just trying to just go about your day, right? But also too, bro, like you're in the game, right? Like, for example, if I saw Jill Scott out, first of all, I would be what the hell? Oh my god. Okay, my wife is actually in front of my face. What the hell? What do I need to do? Do I need to go tell her how bad she's been? Do I need to go say, listen, we got some things to work out in the backseat of your Escalade? Do I need to just call a restaurant and just say, hey, Braylon Lee and Jill Scott Lee will be coming to Copeland's at 8 p.m. tonight? What would I be? Stop. What would I be doing? What would I be doing if I saw Jill Scott, right? However, in the same token, she's a person, right? So you being overwhelmed and going back to your car, like, dude, they asked you to come back to show them your ID, so that way they won't get charged for tax fraud or credit fraud, because there are people that will take people's identity. It's called identity theft. And guess what? You could be out of millions of dollars rather. So, and guess what? Companies can be charged for that. So they didn't want to be charged for something, and you got upset with them unnecessarily, and now you're suing them for $1 million. So, how is Tyrese back in the news? Well, apparently, he is suing the ex-widow, not the ex-widow. He's suing the widow of Teddy Pendergrass. Phyllis, I love you so much. I love you so much. Listen, it is what it is. But no, he's suing the widow of Teddy Pendergrass for the rights to his life to make a movie. So basically in 2011, I didn't know Tyrese had his own entertainment production company, but it's called Voltron Entertainment. Apparently they invested they invested $450,000, right? They invested $450,000 into the production of this film. So in 2011, the widow said yes, but recently she said no. And so, Tyrese was hanging out with Teddy Pendergrass, and Teddy Pendergrass said that no one else can play you in my movie as me but you. And of course, with anything in life, you feel overwhelmed, you feel humbled, you feel gratitude. So he called his mom, told his mom freaked out because she's the biggest Teddy Pendergrass fan in the world. And so he was like, I hope everything works out. And Tyrese, I get it, man. I totally get it. Like, let's just say if Michael Strahan said to me that, he wants me to play Michael Strahan. I'm like, first of all, Michael, you're a Pro Football Hall of Famer. You are a, New York Giant. You have a journey I've never been on. Not to mention, I gotta be built up to your size, and also too, I don't act. At least you act, Tyrese, right? So I get the magnitude, the weight, and the pressure of that responsibility. But dude, suing the widow of the person that you're trying to do a movie on is not a good look. It's not a good look. So I just be still, Tyrese. Like, you really do need to just do this. See your therapist, bro. Because I talked about this on the Onyx collab, weeknight 9 Central on Clubhouse. I talked about this, and I said that, and maybe I might be reaching here, I don't know, but I said that with Tyrese doing everything that he's doing, I'm not gonna lie. It seems like the black community it's waning a little bit with him. Yolanda Cameron says Tyrese reminds me of one of my friends. She will sue you for anything, and that's not good. That's not a good reputation to have. Where if you do anything wrong, you can be sued, you can be slandered, you can do this, that, and everything in between. That's not a good reputation to have. But I said that because it's like, I'm just like, how can he do this much? I mean, he was already into it with The Rock, which, I mean, come on, it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, dude, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is bigger than you. Like, bruh, sorry. Like, you could have been making movies at $7 entertainment in a deal, bruh. Kind of got into it with him, but he said that y'all have cleared it up and stuff. Like, you could have went to him and said, hey, listen, man, I want to make some movies. I want to make some money. Is there any way we can work together? I find movies. I bring them to you. I star in them, like something, man. Use your resources. I already told you to do the Sweet Lady podcast and go and do the Sweet Lady tour. But, like, come on, dude. But I think it's a lot that you're asking of people, man. And let me tell you something. Black support is waning on you just a little bit because it's like, dude, how can I put this? You're almost the Nick Cannon of emotional trauma. And I know. Look, everything's alleged in my opinion for entertainment purposes only, okay? What do I mean by that? Every time Nick Cannon has a new kid, it's like, oh, here we go again. And now it's the same thing with you, Tyrese. It's like, here we go again with you and another thing. And so here's the thing, right? So he's suing Home Depot for $1 million, which Home Depot is fine against it. And now he's suing the widow for $1 million. Like, dude, you're doing $1 million lawsuits just so you can say that you. Okay, bro. Okay. I guess. I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Tyrese's support with the black community is waning because of all these different things that are happening to him, or is it just y'all let me know? Y'all let me know. Give me a moment here. I'm still here with y'all. Give me a moment. Can y'all still hear me? Type of one in the chat if you can still hear me. There we go. All right, y'all can still hear me? Type of one in the chat if you can. But yeah, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about, Tyrese Gibson and everything that he's been? Okay, thank you so much. Because see, here's the thing, right? Like when I go out of StreamYard, I don't know if y'all can still hear me or not. So you guys are typing ones in the chat. So when I went out, you guys could still hear me? Yes? Is that what y'all saying? Yes? Okay, awesome. Thank y'all for that. Because and Tyrese he's a talented brother. I'm not going to sit here in front. Like I said, I play Sweet Lady, when I just want to hear a beat, Not on the regular, because I don't want to, because you so damn fine. Let me tell you something. If I was Tyrese, I would play that song in the middle of my love making. Damn it, it's that good of a song. It's a little bit uppity, a little bit arrogant, a little bit bougetto, but it's a good song. Like, dude, you're gifted. You're gifted at what you do. You don't have to do the most in order to be seen. Like, you're in the room, dog. You in the room. You're absolutely in the room. I just don't know, man. Because what I don't want to happen is I don't want these lawsuits to continue to come up for you, bruh, and one day people just turn on you because it's just like, okay, you're a problem hazard, which I don't believe in cancel culture. I believe in accountability culture. So I mean, it's for some people gonna be like, well, Braylon, accountability culture is not really a culture. No, actually it is. It actually is, because if we cancel everybody, who do we have to watch for entertainment? And everybody in the entertainment industry has made mistakes. Everybody. Everybody. So I don't believe in canceling Tyrese, but I do believe we should hold him to account because honestly, every time that this happens, this does hit his social capital. And y'all know I'm a social capitalist over here, based on Damon John's Power of Broke book. I actually was on. Actually, if you go on my Instagram, you will see a picture of me with Damon John. Was on his Instagram live. Like I said, I've been out here for a long time. But yeah, like I don't want this to hit your social capital, man, where people don't want to deal with you. Because in Hollywood, if we're looking at this as you're doing the most, the industry is looking at you, bro, too. You know what I mean? So I think you'll be fine, man. You just gotta be still for a minute. That's it. That's it. Like, honestly, man, ask Tamar if he could join tour, man. I don't think does she have a dude? I don't mean a dude in terms of dang. I'll stop. But I don't know if she has a guy, on her tour. So, dude, like you got some love and war type energy songs that you could definitely sing on the tour. No question at all. I really do believe that, man. So I want you to win. I think others want you to win. I think we all want you to win. You just gotta be still. And I gotta tell you something. Doing celebrity news on YouTube is difficult because my mom did say something very important. She said, you never know if you're going to work with these people. So you got to be responsible, accountable, and you got to be articulate in what you say. And I agree with my mom. I really do. However, too, everyone else is doing it on YouTube. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, but it's like when stories like this, where somebody is going through a lot, you try your best to navigate that with some purpose because it's not easy. I mean, like I said, the entertainment industry is probably the hardest industry in the world because you have to constantly be producing things for hopefully somebody to give a care about. And if they don't care about it, then your career is over. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. You have to build up enough social capital that people will want to invest in you regardless of what you do. And that's not an easy career to have. It's not. I'm trying to get into it. But it's not an easy career. So I really do want Tyrese to be well. So those are your topics, everybody. So I'm going to drop the link real quick if anybody wants to come up. If not, that is totally fine. But y'all give me a moment here. I'm going to invite the guests. So just give me a moment. All right. All right, you all, the link is pinned if you want to come up and give your take on any of the topics at all. So, we got Tamar Braxton and JR. They are no longer together. We got Tiffany Haddish doing what she does once again. And then, of course, Halle Bailey not being nominated for Best Song because allegedly she's pregnant. Okay. Then we have a wonderful teacher from Atlanta who got a brand new home, a well-deserved home for a great teacher. And then, of course, Tyrese Gibson is back in the news. So those are our topics for this evening. So if you want to come up, click the StreamYard link. It'll be right there. And would love to hear your take on any of these topics, or even if you are comfortable, if you're regular, schmegular, or comfortable if you're bougetto or bougie, feel free to type in the chat. But also, too, I know some of y'all are just comfortable because it's been a long day. You're not bougie, y'all. You're just tired. So I'm gonna turn off my cam for now because I just need a rest for a minute. But I am still right here with all of you, and thank you all for being here. I see that you guys really liked the way I did that. Let's just say I'm not my own counsel, and I'm taking advice because I want this channel to grow. And I feel like it really honestly will grow over time, because I feel like the way I do commentary is very unique on YouTube. It's not, I'm team people. You know what I mean? I'm not team this or that. Now, of course, y'all know Team Jill Scott all day over here. If you come for her, you're coming for me because that's my wife. You know, in my head, of course, she's not. Me and her are not actually married, y'all. So just before anybody goes off and say, Braylon, everything's alleged in my opinion for entertainment purposes only, okay? But yeah, I'm team humanity. I'm team people. I'm team soul. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and let's just be on one accord of goodness. That's the team that I'm always on. So thank you all for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you in the building tonight. So much is going on. I mean, just have y'all ever had somebody break up with y'all like that, where it was on an Instagram story, like to the world like that, or to your family and friends at least? Like, I don't believe in breaking up in that capacity. I think that's oh Lord, Revelation. I can't with you. No, I mean, honestly, like, I feel for Tamar. I really do, because I think she is trying to get to where she is. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think she just needs to be still. I think shout out to Hustlers and Housewives. I think Hustlers and Housewives, and here's the thing, right? I don't really watch Housewives like that. I only watched this past season because of Martell Hope, you know what I mean, and Sheree, the relationship that nobody believes was real. But Hustler and Housewives allegedly said that there was a particular singer that they're talking to about joining the show. And the first person I said in my mouth was Tamar. And he said Tamar. I'm like, you know what? Now, Tamar does not need to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because first of all, I don't know how Candy and Tamar are. You know, they were on Celebrity Big Brother. And, you know, I think honestly, too, at this point, I think Tamar should be good. You know what I mean? Like, you're very good at what you do. Honestly, you know what I would do? I would go over to I would try to get over on The Voice on NBC. I really would. I would try to get onto The Voice and try to be a coach. Because let me tell you something. Being on The Voice, like Blake Shelton had a long tenure at The Voice, and he is known as one of the biggest artists over there. Or you know what? I can see Tamar being a judge on American Idol. I can see it. Because first of all, nobody cares for, wants to embrace, or really just wants to give space to Katy Perry. Apparently she sold her masters. They were around $200 million. I didn't know they were worth that much. I thought they would at least be worth what? 30 million. That's being generous. But no, I feel like Tamar Braxton should definitely get into the world of music competition shows, especially being a judge. Like, and honestly, we all know that between Katy Perry and Tamar Braxton will blow Katy Perry out the water. It's not even a contest. It's not even a contest. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Tamar, try to join American Idol as the fourth judge. Now, of course, you know, you're going to have to take Katy Perry's salary a little bit, because apparently she's getting paid $25 million, which honestly, Katy Perry doesn't deserve $25 million. She doesn't. She does not deserve $25 million. She deserves maybe $10 million. And that's being generous. But no, just, no. And not to mention, too, some of y'all may be wondering, why you hang on Katy Perry so much? Well, here's the thing. She told a contestant on what she was wearing was doing the most when Katy Perry has worn anything and everything, and the audience booed her. And she was like, wow, the first time I've been booed in 6 years. Wow. I'm like, yeah, you got booed because guess what? You were wrong. Katy Perry seems to have this superiority complex that, and there's some people on YouTube that have that superiority complex. They will say that, oh, don't be a victim, stand 10 toes down in what you said, but yet you don't take your own advice and take accountability for what you do. Ooh. Y'all know some of them on YouTube and some of them in social media. Some of them are actually in your life. But anyway, but yeah, I just no. Revelation 2023 said, I really like Tamar, but at some point she just needs to focus on improving herself. I feel like she might strangle you in a relationship emotionally. Okay, Revelation 2023. Let's have the conversation. Do you feel that she might strangle someone in a relationship emotionally because she has so much going on in her life that she constantly has to be responsible for, that she may be strangling that person in a relationship because she's using that as a crutch to escape responsibility, just to breathe? Because I can roll with this conversation. I can definitely roll with this conversation for sure. Let me know, Revelation 2023, what you're thinking there. And hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're just talking about Tamar Braxton right now and JR. Of course, as you all know, that they are no longer together. JR said he was trying to move on for positive energy, which is like, okay, I mean, do you, but like, what do you mean by positive energy? Are you saying that you were negative energy with Tamar? Or are you saying that Tamar was negative energy? Because last time I checked, Tamar doesn't need to be on TV. Tamar Braxton is known. It seemed like you need to be known. And also, too, he did leave 3 other women behind with kids in their households. You know what I mean? So JR is not innocent in this either. You know what I mean? So, but that's just me. I think she does too much, and when her family tried to help her, she didn't want to listen. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Revelation 2023. I remember when there was a scene that it was. I remember it was a scene of. I think it was what? It was her birthday weekend, right? And so Trina's been dating this new brother, and I'm not gonna lie, he's a smooth brother. I gotta give it to him. And so he and Trina have been dating for a while. Trina's really happy. And so during Tamar Braxton's birthday weekend, Trina's man proposes to her at the table. And so what does Tamar end up doing? She gets up from the table and leaves. And Tony's like, why did you do that? And Tamar said, well, why did he propose on my birthday weekend? Really, Tamar? Really? Really, come on now. Like, the fact that he wanted, it made sense for him to do that. Like, all the family was already there. Instead of calling everybody, texting everybody, playing all this stuff, he thought, hey, it was better suited that everybody was there. But also, too, the fact that he wanted to do it during your birthday weekend. Hey, Nikki News, good to see you. Glad to have you here. The fact that he wanted to do that during your birthday weekend should let you know that he wants to be accountable, that he wants to bring y'all into his life. Like, that's a compliment. And I just felt like that was really a classless display of you really being a brat. Like, I love you, Tamar. I really do. I think, honestly, tell you the truth, I know Sherry Shepherd has her talk show and she's doing a really good job at it. But, I think, Tamar, you should have your own talk show. I remember that you had a deal with Steve Harvey for a good while that you were going to be producing game shows and talk shows and all types of other stuff, but that never materialized. There is so much in you. Like, for what Tony Braxton is known for music, you also are known for music, but you have figured out a way to carry the Braxton name in a new way through the power of television and media. Are you kidding? That's your own legacy. You don't tap into that enough. Like, if you contacted me to be your manager, I would do it for free just so you can elevate yourself. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna need to be paid. Let me stop. I can't have Tamar asking her worth and I don't ask for my worth. No, I'm gonna have to be paid, Tamar. But the energy I would give you, you would flip your head of how many inches I would be able to take and make miles for you with opportunities. You would flip. Because guess what? You were great on the reel. You were absolutely great. I remember one moment where it was a fan that was really going through something difficult, and you were so selfless in giving away your very first purse that you ever bought to a fan. That went to show me that you're bigger than the personality you portray. And I get sometimes we will put on a personality because it's a coping mechanism. Oh yes, I hurried that statement. Absolutely. You have not because your ass not, Yolanda. Absolutely. But I feel like this. Personalities can be coping mechanisms. I feel like, Tamar, because you try to do the most to be seen, that you feel that if you're not seen, you have to do more to be seen. And that's not true. You are very talented. You could blow anybody out the water, honestly. And I feel that you just don't tap into yourself enough. I wish Dish Nation was a full hour so we can send in video responses, because I love Dish Nation. I feel that, I know you and the Brat are really good friends. No, it's Ricky Smiley. He's existing in radio, but nobody really cares about him being in radio like that. Like, when Ricky Smiley leaves radio, he'll be works cited in the book of Black radio, but he won't have chapters, not like Tom Joyner will. But I'm trying to. Revelation 20:23 said, being a brat at 40 or 50 is exhausting on others. I can agree with that, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's not who you are as a person that gets exhausting, but it's your behavior. And as Ayanla said to you, your behavior diminishes your message. And I'm saying this not to hurt you, but to help you, because I really do love you. And you have something in common, Tamar Braxton. We both are from Little Rock, Arkansas. I was born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas, and you have a Tamar Braxton Day in Little Rock, Arkansas. Yes, Tamar Braxton Day happens in Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't know who else celebrates it, but I know about it. So we are connected through Arkansas. But I really want you to win. I think other people want you to win. So, like I said, at the end of the day, just be still with yourself. Think about I want you to do this. Put down everything you felt that you haven't ever felt like you could do. Write all those things down. And then write down the percentage of possibility you think that can happen. And just put it on your vision board, or whatever room you have in your house. I know you said that you don't live anywhere because you don't feel safe anywhere, but whatever place is safe for you, put that on your vision board. And then call your people and say, hey, look, I want to be a talk show host. I put that down on my vision board, and I had that as 70% chance of probability. Let's work with that 70%. And just work with that. You got more in you than you realize. You just need the right person to give you a kick up the behind. But also Tamar is getting caked up as well, so that might be mixing business with pleasure. Listen, I wouldn't mind it though. I would have to play Love and War though while we're making love though. And that's a damn requirement. You know what? I need to stop. I'm a whole problem out here. I need to stop. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Glad to have you all here. We are just chilling out. So glad to have you here. We are doing Brainley's virtual tour live right here, right from this space right here, right now on YouTube. Talking about Tamar Braxton and JR. Just kind of gave Tamar a little bit of tough love of that she doesn't really activate herself enough as she should. I think she's in the beginning stages of that. Of course, Tiffany Haddish doing doing what she is currently known for, which is just being not a nuisance, but just doing the most when she doesn't have to. Haley not being nominated for Best Song for the first time because she's allegedly pregnant, which honestly, there are so many women that get pregnant. Like, really, that's a consequence? Okay. Then Methany Thornton, a Atlanta teacher who got a brand new Habitat for Humanity home. Excited for her. And then, of course, Tyrese suing the widow of Teddy Pendergrass for the rights to his life story. So a lot going on in the news today. For sure. Revelation 2023 says, I really like Tamar. I really hope that she does the work on to help herself. I agree. I think a lot of people like Tamar low key. Even the people that say, "Oh, I can't stand Tamar's attitude," they still watch her. So just dig into your legacy, dig into your gift. I think when you do that, you will be very surprised at how much you will be able to do. And that's real talk. That's real talk. Welcome in. Okay, Tiffany's a weirdo. I really never liked her. Okay, let's get into it. Why have you not liked her? And I'm asking this for context because Cat Williams, did an interview on V103 with Frank Ski and Wanda, where he talked about Girls Trip, and he said, "Do you think Girls Trip was funny when they add Tiffany Haddish, or was it funny when I saw the script in 2004 goofball? You can't even tell me one Tiffany Haddish joke because she had done a whole comedy tour." And that was Cat Williams' perspective, and then the most legendary takedown on live radio ever happened between Cat Williams and Wanda Smith. I watch that sometimes to laugh, to know that something funny is happening in my life. Sounds like a sad existence when you say that way. But anyway, we all find things to laugh at, y'all. She's not funny to you. Okay. All right. I can receive that. There's other people who have also said that as well. I think, here's the thing. I think that the way you get in the industry is maybe not the way that you need to be in the industry, right? I mean, Rihanna came into the industry as a musician, as a music artist, but we now know her for being a fabulous woman who is a mother, and also she's in her piece about how she wants to live her life, and she's known now for redefining or evolving what beauty is. So, Rihanna is comfortable with who she is, but I think the reason why Rihanna is comfortable with who she is because, she has given herself time for her to know herself in that area and for her to feel comfortable enough for who she is before moving on to a new area. Tiffany lacks class according to Nikki News. She walked onto the red carpet with fried chicken. I was done. Now listen, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I think that probably what should have happened was, just get you some they sell chicken strips at Popeyes. She should have just got some strips. Get some strips, or get some strips. Get you some Cajun fries and a cane sweet iced tea. You know what I mean? Just just have your assistant hold that stuff. You know what I mean? And just have them feed you. It's a little bougetto, but hey, listen. And sometimes, y'all, and listen, I and Nikki News, I love you so much. And here's the reason why I give a little grace to that, because here's the thing, right? I think that was at the Oscars when that happened. So when she was at the Oscars, right? So you got this whole, I'm trying to think, you got this whole red carpet countdown show that lasts for like 3 hours, right? So You walk out of the limo, you check in, you get all your pictures. Hey, Tiffany, look here, look there, look everywhere. Go down the carpet. You're talking to Entertainment Tonight, Extra, Access, E! News, TM. Well, I don't even think TMZ is at the Oscars. No disrespect to TMZ. No disrespect to TMZ. But then, you get to ABC for their red carpet countdown show. Then you go in, you sit down, then the show is 3 hours long. Then you got the governor's ball, then got the Vanity Fair party. So she was probably thinking, like, let me get something to eat now. Not defending her, but just giving y'all a little behind the scenes context. But yeah, but no, I feel that was a little extra to do that on the red carpet. That was a little much. But yeah. Let's see here. Revelation 2023. Somebody needs to tell me what happened to Tyrese because he has lost his mind. Well, he is suing the widow of Teddy Pendergrass for the rights to Teddy Pendergrass's story because Teddy Pendergrass said to Tyrese that nobody can play him in his movie about his life other than Tyrese. So he had the rights allegedly in 2011 through Voltron Entertainment. They invested $450,000, and apparently Lee Daniels is connected to the project, and Charlie Out First. Can't remember the other part of the name, but they're a part of the project. It's been 13 years in the making, so he's trying to hold on to this memory of Teddy Pendergrass and also how his mom felt because his mom passed away. But yeah, that's basically what's going on in Revelation 2023, that he is suing the widow of Teddy Pendergrass for the rights to his rights to his life, to be able to tell his story on screen. And he's suing her for $1 million. So there it is. Just if it's not one thing, it's another. It really is. I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't. I just report the news, y'all. Okay, at this point, nothing is really surprising. I'm not gonna say nothing surprises me anymore, but I don't expect the craziness not to happen. So hopefully that caught you up. Revelation 2023, love you as always. Yolanda Cameron, initially I like Tiffany. She seemed real transparent. Yes, she is over the top, and I really pray that she gets the necessary help and healing. I agree as well, for sure. I definitely agree with that. And as well as Tyrese, absolutely. I think that's the thing too. I think just because people go through things, and Dr. Phil said this, I'll never forget, just because we may not like everything a person does doesn't mean that we can't still love them. So you gotta look at our black celebrities like family members. Are we gonna love everything they do? Absolutely not. But do we still love them? Absolutely. You know what I mean? So but why is always on social media crying, being victim? That I don't know. And this is the thing to me, like if he's crying on social media all the time, then that kind of lets me know maybe he doesn't have any friends or spaces he can feel comfortable enough to say this to. Because for him to go on social media, and that's the problem with social media, you cannot use it as your outlet of therapy. You can't. You simply cannot. Now, if you're going to use it as an outlet for therapy, then use it to tell motivational stories or vulnerable stories that you haven't went through that has made you better, or tell stories that it may be horrible in pain to talk about, but that pain allows you to know that you're not alone. So you have to use social media purposely. But in the same token, it's just like, I don't know. I really don't know. But I do hope he gets the help that he needs, because he's a very talented dude. He played in Transformers as well. So, there's so much he could be doing right now. Revelation 2023 says, I can't get behind that behavior. That's understandable. That's totally understandable. And I receive that. I definitely do. And at the end of the day, to each their own with all of these stories. Y'all, every story that I have come across on Virtual Tour Live, I have tried to find a way to care about. Like I will read the story the first time to see what's the importance of the story. The second time I read it to see what I will relate to. And the third time I read it to see what you all will relate to. And then whichever one's stronger, I go with that. But I've always tried to figure out a way to care about each story because here's my thing. If I am saying that this is a virtual tour, we're going to go to different destinations. Why in the world y'all go get in this virtual car with me and drive and go and ride with me for an hour or 2 hours? But yeah, I don't care about anything that I talk about. What sense does that make? Right? What sense does that make? So, but yeah, I hope he does get the help he needs. I really do. I really do. And apparently, by the way, y'all, speaking of Tyrese, there's supposed to be a speaking of men in Hollywood. Will Packer did an interview on Way Up with Angela Yee. I think the Jasmine Brand is her co-host because I keep seeing her in the clip, so I'm assuming she lives in New York. But I thought she lived in Atlanta, but maybe that's me. But anyway, Will Packer was on Way Up with Angela Yee, and said a lot of people were asking him for King's Court. I don't know if Tyrese will go on King's Court or not, but I don't think Tyrese needs to do anything else right now. Just be still, bro. Just be still. Hey, Phyllis says hey to Nikki and Karma Girl. If you're still here, I am so sorry. I hope I didn't say anything wrong. I hope no one said anything wrong to you. I always say hi to you, for sure. So hopefully, Karma Girl, we're still good. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Because yeah, when I saw that, okay, wow, goodbye. I'm like, wait a minute, did I do something? Because I always try to make sure I'm responsible for everything I do. Now, some things are out of my control, but I always try to take responsibility, accountability, and integrity for what I do. I try my best to, at least. Not always 100%, y'all. So give me some love, grace, and some space. You know what I mean? But yeah, just be still for a minute, Tyrese. Just be still, man. Just be still. Absolutely, he needs to heal. Like here's the crazy thing, right? I get that celebrities have to make a living, but also too, if you are a celebrity, like y'all do know that there's a new variant of it out right now, right? If Tyrese said to Virgin Voyages, all right, I want to be on Virgin Voyages for a full year. That's my cabin. I'm there. Tyrese, if you took a year-long cruise, nobody would be mad at you, bro. Because guess what? You're not missing anything out here. Because guess what? As you're on the cruise ship, ratchet activity is still going to be going on. Pain is still going to be happening. People who cannot take accountability for what they do, but yet can tell everybody else what to do, it will still be happening. Strife will still be happening. Confusion will still be happening. So, dude, if you have the money, go to a rehab, and rehab does not always mean drugs, y'all. Sometimes you need to go rehab for a mental rehab, right? To reevaluate your thinking and your movement. And life does go on, absolutely. So, Tyrese, if you clocked out for a year, bro, I'm not mad at you. I would say go ahead and do it. Make sure that, your people are in place so they know that if you need to respond to anything, you send it through your PR statement. You don't go on social media. And dude, just take a year off. Take 6 months off. And like I said, I don't know his finances, but I'm assuming he knows The Rock. He knows some people that, just take some mental time off. Oh, by the way, I just thought about something else too. Tamar, the Love and War retreat or cruise. Okay? Listen, love and war retreat or cruise. Oh my God. If you did a love and war retreat, bringing relationship experts and self-esteem experts together for 4 days and 3 nights live from Vegas, or if you did a cruise going to tropical destinations talking about love and war, oh my, you could be, see, see what I mean? See what I mean? This is why I need to be in the game. I'm seeing moves that y'all ain't making. Shoot. But hey, maybe I'm just a 29-year-old talking on YouTube, so who knows? But hey, people in the building, thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're just here talking, just chilling. Anything on your mind at all, feel free. Let me know what is on your mind. We'll love to hear from you. We're just talking a little bit of everything. Let's see. Didn't he lash out at The Rock on social media? Though he did, but allegedly, they have worked it out. So apparently, Tyrese is good with The Rock again. I said, he could went over to $7 Productions and said, "Hey, I want to make movies over here with y'all. I find scripts, I give them to y'all, and I can, be a producer, so I can, work on that producing gift or that directing gift. You know what I mean?" So. Yeah, some celebrities, they just don't know how to use their resources. That's all. They don't know how to use their resources. But, hey, listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can y'all believe it's already what? This is October now? Lord Jesus, we're almost done with the year, y'all. It'll be November before you know it. It'll be November before you know it. I feel like life is getting up. No, it's true. I feel like life is definitely getting faster for me. I don't know about for y'all, but it's definitely getting faster for me. And it's a lot of moving parts to life, paying your bills. You got a wife, you got to deal with her. If you got a husband, you got to deal with him. Whether gay or straight, relationships are hard work. Then you got kids. Then you got, if you're an entrepreneur, you got your own business to run. Life is a lot. It is. And by the way, shout out to Ashley Ann Speaks. I've been over on her panel with Morel. So we've been having a good time over there at Ashley Ann Speaks page. Ashley Ann is a social media marketer. She does her own event planning company. And so, we've been talking about love and relationships, and I've been, throwing it down over there. Doing that. So trying to diversify myself on YouTube so I won't be one trick pony like some people on YouTube. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Phyllis says, years almost gone. Yes, moving real fast. Exactly. I feel like the ball drop will be here tomorrow. The ball drop will not be here tomorrow, everybody. That's just sarcasm. But yeah, I feel like, it's getting faster and faster every year, and it's just like, Lord help. I think that's one thing I will definitely say to anyone and everyone. How you been, Braylon? Anything new with you? Oh my Lord. Well, y'all, I'm trying to be happy. I am in a process right now talking with someone about seeing what can be with them in terms of a commitment, not getting married, but just seeing what can be in terms of partnership and relationship. So that is a whole new space. But also too, mentally, just trying to allow myself to be more happy. I am such a giver to people. that I feel like it's just my responsibility. Like, don't worry about me, I'm good. So I'm trying to get out of that mode of thinking. Because I always say to my friends, I'm just one person. I really don't do anything important. And oh Lord, I got friends who do not like me saying that because they're like, Brandon, you just don't know how important you are. So trying to get out of that mode. Um, of course, I'm pursuing, connections that make me happy. I'm still trying to hustle to get into media. And, I have to say, this YouTube channel thing, it was difficult at first to really get it off the ground and, try to figure out what works. But I think I'm going to be okay on YouTube. I really do. I didn't know if I would be good at YouTube, to be honest with you, because like I said before, this platform has given me the most social anxiety I've ever had in my career. Ever. But the social anxiety only happens when you feel anxious about what you're not doing. You know what I mean? So that's what's been new with me recently. So hopefully I can get my license and stuff like that together. But all in due time now. All in due time. All in good old due time. Yep. And then constantly trying to find a new job too. Like I have a job, but it pays the bills. But I know that there is more available out there for me. So just been patiently waiting on some things to happen, hopefully soon. But it's man. That's one thing they don't tell you about growing up is that you have to learn patience growing up. They teach you that, but you don't really learn it until you go through things in life where you have to have patience. You know what I mean? Because there's been some things where I'm like, really though, just okay, all right. So this is the lesson I gotta learn today. Okay, but it all works out at the end. It does. Oh, absolutely, Yolanda Cameron. Patience is so important. And I've been saying this recently. I feel like life, honestly, is more of a mental game and it's more of a mental game than a physical game. I really do mean that. Phyllis Crawford says, pray you find what you love. Thank you so much, Phyllis. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Um, the person I'm talking to, they definitely make me happy. I definitely can see a lot of good life with them. I think it's just kind of figure out the process of that. And sometimes I overthink too. That's one thing I'm trying not to do a lot is just overthink things. But it is what it is. But I think for myself, I think the reason why, and I know I just double speak, y'all, but the reason why I feel that way is because I try to put so much pressure on myself to be great when I also need to realize that Rome wasn't built in a day. So I need to slow down. Let's see. I look forward not to having to work anymore. That's good revelation. Congratulations. Does anyone know when the reunion is scheduled? Well, I saw in a Facebook group that apparently the reunion is supposed to be taped this week. I don't know what time this week. But I'm like, okay, all right then. Looks like yeah. Yeah, for Love and Marriage Huntsville, yeah. It looks like they're taping the show, they're taping the reunion this week. I think it's usually like a two-part reunion, so more than likely like the housewives were in New York for were there for like 8 hours or 9 hours. That's probably what will be happening with them. They'll probably get to that studio probably around 6 a.m., get makeup and hair done and everything else. Probably start at 9 or 10 and, work from 9 to 5 or 10 to 6, or it might be a 12-hour day. So who knows? Thank you, Revelation. I appreciate you. Yes, I am trying to be in the mode of happiness. I am. And I'm trying not to be, because, like I said, I know I'm the most confident host out here. You know what I mean? I can walk into any room and host any show. But when it comes to when it comes to my actual life, I get a little bit scared, um, because I know that for myself, um, it is quite a lot to what? Oh my god. Okay, I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. Um, but yeah, it's quite mentally taxing to just relax and allow goodness to happen to you when you're always giving goodness to people. You know what I mean? So it's quite nice to just be in a state of happiness. So I'm trying to do that more, because I don't want to be as the Black Johnny Carson where all I know how to do is this. I'm very good at this, but when I go home, I'm a recluse. And I don't want to be that. I don't feel like that's a happy life. You know what I mean? I don't want to say, good night, America. And then as soon as I'm done, it's like, all right, y'all, get me in my damn Escalade, put the seat down, give me a Moscow Mule, give me my pillow and my blanket for Big Blanket Co. and let me get to sleep. Because I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it so far that I remove myself from my emotions. Does that make sense? I don't want a big grand life where I have all these material things to escape my life, but I'm escaping my life and not enjoying my life. So that's just me. I might be overthinking it at 29, but I think that's one thing that people don't really know about me too often, is that behind the bravado, behind the boldness, behind the intelligence that obviously is obviously a trigger for people who are ignorant on YouTube, who don't really know me and who could not match me pound for pound, soul for soul, energy for energy, or would not be able to execute that energy in my face. What they don't know is I'm actually a very in tune, emotional, and considerate person. Behind everything that is me, there is a soul of care. So, but yeah. Yes, indeed. Oh man. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, the fact that the reunion's taping now, it's only like what, the fourth episode coming up this Saturday, and don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna figure out a way to get the videos up. It's a lot to being an adult. I'll just leave it there. But don't worry, I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get it all up. But yeah. So the thing that I saw, y'all. So as y'all may or may not know, before that though, Phyllis Crawford says having positive people in your life is rewarding and thrilling. I agree with that for sure, for sure, for sure. And also Revelation, thank you very much for saying that. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. All right, so the news that I just saw, as y'all know, there is there's a boy named Matt Gaetz from Florida that he's been having this vendetta against Kevin McCarthy. And so this broke at 5:42 today. It says Kevin McCarthy removed as House Speaker in historic vote. So this comes from Washington. This comes from CBS News. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was ousted from his leadership position in a historic vote on Tuesday after a far-right revolt over his reliance on Democrats to pass funding to avert a government shutdown. The final vote was 116 to 110, with 8 Republicans joining all the Democrats to vote to remove McCarthy. It's the first time that a House Speaker has been removed in a no confidence vote. Ooh, the office of the speaker, the office of the Speaker of the House of the United States, the House of Representatives, is hereby declared vacant, said Republican Representative Steve Womack, who is in Washington. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Revelation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will speak about that in a minute. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully you guys were able to hear me. It looks like you guys were able to hear me because I'm seeing the comments. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Matt Gaetz has been trying to get Kevin McCarthy out for a very long time. I know we don't really do politics over here too much because like the world is already crazy as it is. But I'm like, I think Matt Gaetz is taking a victory lap right now. I can only imagine the conversation in Washington between Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz slamming the door. What the hell did you do to my job? Well, you suck. Well, that's not your right to tell me that I suck. Oh, my Lord. Yolanda Cameron says, wow. Phil Crawford says, it's awful how other countries treat people better than the United States treats us, in my opinion. I can agree with that to definitely a huge degree. Revelation 2023, your visuals in your videos are next level. I'm speaking of your intro and outro. Thank you so much, Revelation 2023. I appreciate you for saying that. When I first got started with YouTube, the way I operate in my life when it comes to media is if I was not doing it, how I want to see it be done. So that iconic intro that you see with the car, I thought like, okay, so this is Brayley's virtual tour. So we get in the car and you are seeing these people out about, they're happy, they're celebrating. And you're like, where is that excitement in my life? Okay, I need to get in the car and go driving for a little bit. Then you're crossing this bridge, you're going through the city, and then you find the staircase, right? You pull up to this building, you find the staircase, you go to the top of the staircase, and you see a topic. You get to hang out with me for 14-20 minutes or so, and then when you get done hanging out with me, you go back downstairs, you get in your car, you think, oh, that was fun, but there's nothing else that can happen in my life. And then as you're driving back through the city, across the bridge, back to your house, you see fireworks happening all around you. And so in a, I think it was a virtual tour live that I recently did like a day ago or so, I think, that I left the fireworks on a little bit longer than usual. I said, those fireworks that happen at the end of these lives, at the end of my videos, are a private moment between you and those fireworks. Because after we've covered the mess of the impossible and the rise of the possible, you deserve to have something good happen in your day. That is your moment to scream and cheer something good happened, to cry if something happened. But those fireworks are there to comfort you. Of, hey, whatever you're going through, good, bad, happy, or sad, these fireworks are here to let you know, hey, you've made it. You've made it. Keep going. Keep pushing. Don't stop. So it was very methodical and very psychological when I made the intro and outro. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, Revelation 2023, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that bridge thing is actually new that I did. I don't know if y'all really noticed that. If you go back to the old videos, now the staircase is a little bit different because I couldn't find a staircase thing. But I knew that, okay, y'all know my intro enough where if I do add something, it's going to make sense to get to the staircase. So I appreciate that very much. Revelation 2023 for sure. Phyllis Crawford says, in my opinion, the government needs a revamp. Well, listen, a lot of things need a revamp, but I do agree with you there. I don't know how we will go about that at all. Let's see. Oh my God! What? Wow! Okay. Interesting. I guess somebody heard they were a one-trick pony and said, lies you tell. Step your game up, y'all. Step your game up out here. Anyway, no, I'm messing. Actually, no, I'm not. Why am I lying? Anyway, I'm so glad to have all of y'all here. Really do mean that. Thank y'all for being here. Lord. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Because I am right here with y'all. I'm going to be eventually on Clubhouse at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, only on Clubhouse. So if you want to join me in the Onyx collab, just click that link there. Download the Clubhouse app and just type in Onyx, ONYXCOLLAB, and you'll be right there with me and my fellow collaborators, as Lester would like to say, as we like to say. And the Onyx collab will remind you of virtual tour, but it's more of an open flow. Over here with YouTube, it's definitely more visual. And, you know, the attention span for YouTube is definitely shorter than Clubhouse. So, you know, either you have, either your topics are hidden or they're not. But yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Yolanda. I appreciate you saying that. That's very kind of you to say. I try to make my platform, you know, exciting, enjoyable, but also where it feels like home. You know what I mean? And I knew a long time ago that the personality and the soul I have, to be 29, but with this much of an old soul to be able to hang, and execute the energy, I know that combination of being 29 and this much of an old soul, but understanding the world we live in today's world and connecting generations together, I know that was a dangerous personality that was created. And so, you know, I can't wait to do more of this. So the Onyx collab, hang on, let me see if I can get the link. Hang on, y'all, give me a moment. Give me a moment, y'all. Hang on, give me a moment. Because I still got to make the room for tonight. I usually make the room around maybe, 8:30? Yeah, I think I make the room around 8:30. So y'all give me a moment. Give me a moment. Oh, hang on. I know what I got to do. Hang on. Give me a moment. And let me mute up. So there is the link there if you guys want to join me there. Yeah, I'm usually there, like I said, Monday through Friday, 10/9 Central, only on Clubhouse. Now, for some of you, you're probably asking, well, how come you can be there every day, but you can't be on YouTube every day? Because YouTube is a little more exhausting, just a little bit. And I've come to realize, too, if you go live every day on YouTube, people expect to see you live every day on YouTube. So Don't make a commitment that you cannot carry out. And I usually have time off Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that's why I really do the show. But Saturday nights, you know, because y'all love and Marriage Huntsville so much, I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. And let me tell you something, those Love and Marriage Huntsville after shows have been fire. They have been absolute fire, and I appreciate y'all coming through. And we have a good time. So if you have not been to a Love and Marriage Huntsville after show on Braylon Lee's YouTube channel this Saturday, 9/8 Central, right after the episode, come over here because we are going to have a good time. The best time in nighttime, to take Sherry Shepherd's words, flip them around a little bit. But yeah, it's a good time. It really is a good time. I think, and this is the thing too, like, I think one of them got like 300 views, another one got 200 views, this last one got 100 views. So the views are climbing, for sure with that show. So I don't know how much longer it's going to be on though. I think that it might be on maybe one more season, because it seems like there are concluding storylines coming to a head. And that's the thing too, like some reality shows, they close up shop not because the cast doesn't want to continue, but because production and the network feels, okay, all the stories have been told. So that's why some get canceled. Unless you're Big Brother or Survivor, where you can just throw new contestants in and the format's the same, but the contestants and the stories change. But that's why some reality shows do get canceled though, because all the storylines have been told. So but yes, indeed. Y'all got any more questions for me or anything before we get ready to head out? Because we've been on the road for 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 5 seconds so far here on Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all of you here. We talked about a lot of stuff tonight. We really did. We talked about, of course, let me see here. Let me make sure I get my notes together. We talked about Tamar Braxton and JR not being together. We talked about Tiffany Haddish. We talked about Halle Bailey. We talked about Methany Thornton. And we talked about Tyrese Gibson. Yep, we talked about all that tonight in the Onyx. Not the Onyx Collab. I got that tonight on Virtual Tour Live, y'all. Forgive me, okay? I got two productions. Got the Onyx Collab on Clubhouse. I got YouTube here. I got actually do a new TikTok here pretty soon. So, and TikTok is popping too. I'm quite surprised at it, but I think I figured out how it works for me. And honestly, TikTok has actually made me better too, because you can do up to 15 minutes, but I've come to recognize that TikTok is about the shortness and how much personality you can put into it. So for my stories that I do on TikTok, I usually put about 60 seconds on it just to give me some breathing room of, hey, this is where the story came from. Here's the story. Here's my take. Leave your comments below. So it definitely keeps you relevant for sure. So, but yep. Going once, going twice, 3 times. Well, looks like we talked about everything, everybody. Does anybody have any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns before we end up heading on out? Oh, man. Okay, I think we are good. Let me get the daily motivator up for y'all real quick. Let me get the daily motivator up for y'all real quick. Daily motivator up for y'all real quick. GreatDay.com. All right, it's time for the Daily Motivator, everybody. Margaret Cousins says, appreciation can make a day. Let's see here. Appreciation can make a day, even change a life. Your willingness to put into words is all that's necessary. Once again, from Margaret Cousins, appreciation can make a day, even change a life. Your willingness to put it into words is all that's necessary. It is time for the Daily Motivator by Ralph Morrison for Tuesday, October 3rd. Encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Y'all know that song. Pressure's all around. What God is present help. Well, the enemy created walls, but remember, giants, they do fall. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. Shirley Jones Moffett, I love her in that song. My Lord, my Lord. Such a good song. Indeed. All right. Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Encourage yourself. Discouragement is a choice, not a foregone conclusion. Inspiration and encouragement are better, more empowering choices, and they are just as readily available to you. The realities of life are not affected by your attitude, but you are, and the way you see things affects how well you deal with them. When circumstances are not in your favor, it's more important than ever for your own outlook to be in your favor. Give yourself an advantage by being a persistently positive influence in your own life. If you have had the good fortune to be encouraged by someone else, you know how helpful it can be. And even when there's no one around to offer encouragement, you are fully capable of encouraging yourself. Think of the best that can happen, then tap into the energy of those thoughts. Harness that energy and take action in the direction of your desired results. Encouraging yourself is not a magic bullet to solve all your problems, yet it's a lot better than doubling down on discouragement. What a word there, right? The fact is, your attitude can make a difference. So by all means, use it to your advantage. Ralph Morrison. Well, what a word. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen, amen, amen. I do agree with that. Encouraging yourself. I think encouraging yourself is a journey that is really never completed. It's completed on different levels. But I think at the end of the day, that journey can only start and end with you. You cannot put the responsibility of your journey onto other people. That's one. Number two, for myself, I've come to realize that the mistakes that I've made, I can't go back and fix them. But through all the mistakes that I've made, there's been encouragement in those mistakes. Even, here's the thing, the encouragement from your mistakes is the lessons that you've learned. I'm gonna say it again. The mistakes you have made are lessons, and those lessons are encouragement. You did think it would be that deep, huh? Listen, you know the chill on your own. But yeah, I do really believe that the mistakes we've all have made, they all work together for the good. Because at the end of the day, as long as you are not that person, you have the chance to have a second chance. The best apology is evolved behavior. Don't give lip service, execute. And finally, y'all, when it comes to encouraging yourself, allow yourself to know that how you wake up is how you will get up. If you wake up with negativity, you're going to get up with negativity. If you wake up with positivity, you'll get up with positivity. So allow yourself to encourage yourself every day with the positivity of anything that can be good for you. Access the good and embrace the good. Yes, they are. You have to go through the process. I totally agree with that. With that being said, thank you everybody for being here. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube, if I do say so myself. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you will always want a blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen. Why, it's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. you have spent time with me, and hopefully by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. And always remember, whether you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just allowing yourself to know, just because the world may go mad doesn't mean you have to add to the madness. Make sure the replay is not just worth you watch it, not just worth you listen to it, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value, I embrace you all. Yolanda, thank you so much. I will see you all real soon. Good night, everybody.